Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts, I have a little book of Merry Little Christmas, okay? So cute with all great images, and also the coordinating a Merry Little Christmas luxury card topper kit. All from Hunkydory Crafts. Everything you need to make fabulous cards is right here, including this fantastic card that my friend Debbie made. Look at the layers of the little puppies on here, the dimension, and then she used the pages from the little book to do the inside of the card. So cute. This is our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, let's take a look at what are the bases for all of the little decoupage layers that we're going to put with foam tape on these. So each one of them has its own little page like this. So you have the little puppies, the little nativity scene. Then you've got these great little funny penguins, and then the cute little polar bear pulling a sled with the little penguins. And then these two are cut apart. I'm not sure why. This one is the little snowman with the little cottage, so cute, and then the beautiful poinsettias. And this fabulous door, all just decorated, so festive. And then Santa, and it looks like he dropped a few things here. And then we're getting into the pieces that you punch out, okay? You just punch them out, and they're the ones that you layer with foam tape onto these pieces that also punch out, okay? And then here's the coordinating adorable scoreable that you can use to cover your card. Here is the same with the little nativity. And here is the polar bears, or just bear one. Here's that fabulous door. Each one of these, a little layer that you would put on that first larger image that I showed you. The other layers and Santa here. And then you've got all the little pieces here. Now I should mention too, you could also take some of these layers, okay? Let me demonstrate. You could take some of these layers and put them on the adorable scoreable. Where did I put that one? My quick demonstration is taking longer than I wanted. Anyway, you could take this one. Oh, here it is. You could take this and put some of these layers on this one. And then you could actually take this portion of your card and use it as the background. And then you could take the rest of the layers and divide them up and put them on this. So you could get 2 cards from every one of these pieces, okay? So this little 3-piece collection, 2 cards. All right, wanted to make that clear. And then we've got the cute little snowman with the cottage in the background and the poinsettia, which is so beautiful. Do you guys say poinsettia or do you say poinsettia? I say kind of both. When I say poinsettia, I think of my grandma who was from South Dakota. And when I say poinsettia, that's the Oregon girl in me. So let me know in the comments what you guys say. Okay, so this is an adorable card that Debbie made. Love it. With these are little, are these Dutch hounds? Cute little guys. So we've got a 6.5 by 5-inch card. This is our giveaway card. I'm going to tell you about the card first, then I'll tell you about the giveaway. So hold tight. So Debbie used her background like this, and she used this side to cover her card, saving this side, all right, and then she used, she went ahead and created her little layers here, okay, and glued that to the card front. Here is one of the little borders that you get right there, and she glued that straight across the center right there. And then this little piece right here, she foam taped that one on. And then we've got some really nice little oval jewel border dazzle stickers, and these are in the colorful set. And she used this beautiful little green right there. Then on the inside, she used the little book, which after I tell you about this card, I'm going to flip through this one as well. She took the same little image of the puppies and took some of the cardstock that was left over from the background, glued that there, and then glued the little puppy from the little book, and then used one of her extra greetings and foam taped that. Isn't that great? So how we do our giveaways is we like to promote our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So if you're watching us on Paper Wishes webisode at paperwishes.com, you can just hop on over to YouTube, to our YouTube channel, Paper Wishes, and we ask that you subscribe there and then like this video with a thumbs up and then leave us a comment. And then after about a week, after everybody's had a chance to see it and comment, we will reply to one person's comment with congratulations, YouTube username blank. You got to know your YouTube username. That's really important. And if you don't know what it is, if you go to your own homepage on YouTube, your own channel, then it says right there at the top. But also, it's what's labeled your comment when you leave a comment. So if you just go back and look at your comment, you'll see what your YouTube username is. It's also a good idea to hit that notification bell at the top right-hand corner, because we do a contest every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos. You'd have to participate in them separately. But that's 3 chances a week to win a card, and you want to know if we're trying to contact you when we reply. So you got to hit that notification bell and you got to check it. Okay, that's definitely, and then we'll bundle this up and mail it to you. All right, let's take a little flip through on this little book. So you're getting 120 images, 20 different themes, images, and then that's 6 of each. So you're getting 6 of the poinsettia. Okay, and then you've got this cute little donkey with a little birdie right there as a little friend. You've got all of these little guys, the Christmas door. And then I like that they do this at Hunkydory. They'll give you another sort of version of a kind of a zoomed in shot of another image. So you could put one on the inside of your card, one on the outside of your card. I love that. Same, sort of mix it up a little bit. Here's a sweet little bird from the donkey's friend. And then little snowman. Here's that cottage. Remember that cottage because we're going to come across it again. Here's the Santa Express. Here is a cute little car sitting outside the stop and rest little village. Here's another perspective of that Santa Express. Here is a donkey again, but he has a friend this time, and there's 2 birds. And then, remember that little cottage, so cute. A little nativity. Here is a very happy little polar bear. And then there's Santa. It looks like he dropped a few things there. And then our cute little puppies with the one with the package, just as adorable. And then we've got our cute little car scene again in the village. Here is another view of a different polar bear with the little penguins. Here's another view, a kind of a close-up view of the nativity. And then Santa, different view of him. And that's it. All right, so now let's take a look at another card Debbie made. Look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at all the layers on that. Yeah, that's amazing. She used all the layers, okay? On this one, she did not use all the layers because you could then, remember how I told you, you could take the rest of them and use it on these little guys right here. So yeah, that was an example of that. So here's with all of the layers, so thick. This one you would need to put in a padded envelope. It would need to go into a package that you are mailing for Christmas with a gift, or this is a hand deliver one, okay? So there's options there for you. So don't come at me for, you know, like what kind of envelope or how expensive that would be. We know, this is an extra special card. So for this 6.5 by 5 inch card, this one she covered first with gold Miri cardstock, which, you know what, I forgot to grab, but it's listed down below the video if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page. And then, you guys, she went ahead and she used these beautiful little colorful oval border dazzle stickers again. She used the navy blue and the purple, which is so beautiful. She went ahead and she glued across the bottom this little border right here, okay, and then punched this one out, and then she used this greeting, and then all of the layers, remember all of those, okay, and used foam tape, built those up, and then on the inside, this is so special, watch. She made a pop-up, okay? This is the same image from the little book, okay? And then she matted that with some of that Miri cardstock. She covered the inside, top and bottom using this paper right here, okay? And you can just turn that to go here. So cute. Now, how did she make the pop-up? She made a little rectangle, okay? It is 2 inches long and 2 inches wide, and then she scored it every 1/2 inch, okay? And then folded that together and then got her little, oh, I did the dimensions wrong, sorry. It's 2 inches long, it's 2.5 inches wide, sorry about that. And then she scored it, so she has now 5 little panels, and then she folded those 5 little panels, gluing one over the other right there. And I'm sorry I didn't bring one for you to demonstrate, but just made a little box there. So look, when she opens it, when she closes it, it goes flat, and when she opens it, it pops up. And then you just glue that right to that. And I would use double stick tape on that, because it's like gluing something that's pretty glossy. Yeah, beautifully done, Debbie. Okay, so we've got that one done. All right, let's take a look at this one with the adorable bears. Oh, so cute. He is so cute. So let me grab all the little bears pieces. And I think I like put the other bear up too soon. Okay, so we have the background shape for the bear. And somewhere, you guys, I have the other bear. I set it aside. Where did he go? I wanted to show you the other bear. Here he is, because this background is kind of unique, this shape right here. Okay, so Debbie, first of all, covered her card with red brushed diamond paper. Okay, comes 4 sheets, it's 8.5 by 11. It's really nice because it's thin, it's thinner than red glitter cardstock. It's colored on both sides, and it doesn't come off on your hands, and it's really easy to cut, okay? So what she did was she covered her 6.5 by 5 inch card with that, and then she took this background right here. She ended up using this little guy and just putting that right there. So unfortunately covering this up, but you know, she wanted to get that in there. And then took this, matted it with that red, beautiful red paper, and then just took her scissors and went around it, leaving about a 1/8 inch border all the way around, and then glued that to the card right here. And then on this side, we've got this border, and then right here, we've got another one of those border dazzles right there using the red. So sweet. Foam taped this here, and then used all of those fantastic layers right here. Just beautifully done. Really, really nice. I'm going to peek in here and make sure there's nothing on the inside. Nope, we're good. Sometimes she tricks me and there's something in there. All right, so the last one, you guys, I'm going to take an image, a couple of images from the little book only. All right, so I've got that cute little cottage, and I've got this snowman, and I'm going to use them both on one card. So here's what I've started out with. Okay, here's my little cottage. This is a 6.5 by 5 inch card. I glued this right here. Then I took the navy blue of these colorful oval border dazzle stickers, and I just went down the sides and then across the top, leaving a little border, okay? And then I didn't go all the way to the bottom because I didn't need to. And then, you guys, I cut out this tree and this snowman. And I'm going to show you how I did this. Just took my little scissors, and it just doesn't have to be super neat and particular. Okay, this is how I cut out a tree. I just kind of go like this around the branches, just to give that sort of illusion that it's carefully cut, because you just want a little bit of, I don't know, like a rippling effect on those branches. All right. So I went ahead and I cut out a couple of those already, and I put some foam tape on them. Where's my other one? Here we go. I've got my trees. And then I used this one. This is, what's this one called? Christmas Greetings in red. You can buy this by the sheet. And this is also listed down below the video in the Paper Wishes supplies. And I used the joy, okay, right there. And now that I've got that placed, I can go ahead and I can add my trees. I'm going to put a tree right there. Oh, first I got to add my snow. Got ahead of myself. So now we're going to take some white cardstock, because we got to cover this bottom down here, this part. I'm just going to take some white cardstock, and I'm going to tear it in a small section like this. And I want to keep the straight line, like that. Okay, we're going to glue it right here. And I'm just using Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue in a little bottle. Okay, I'm just going to put a little glue on the back of each one of these pieces. It's just going to cover that bottom edge. I know it was already white, but that little torn edge that we did and the layering of the papers at the middle is going to kind of just cover up that. And then we can do another one even. Now when you're tearing paper and you want to get kind of a rough edge, you tear it like this, like I'm tearing this piece towards me, and I'm using that rough edge that's right there because I think it looks more like snow. That's the only reason. And then we're going to tear it like this, and I'm going to put some right in the middle. See, just giving it some layers of snow, keeping that straight edge so we don't have to cut anything off. All right, so there we've got our layers of snow. Now we can go ahead and put that tree right there. Also using that straight edge from the little book. There's one. Here's another one with foam tape. Putting that one right there. And you see how quickly I cut that out? It's not showing there's any little mistakes on that at all. Now we're just gonna go with the little snowman. Now, that came really close to the snowman. That's okay. We're just gonna go like this, go around. And then when I'm cutting out the things like the little hands, I do that last. I go like this. And you notice I'm turning the paper instead of the scissors, and that's just making it go so much faster. To reposition scissors takes a lot longer than just repositioning the paper. Okay, and then, all right, so we're not going to finish that part, but I will go back and show you. People get really intimidated about cutting out little things like this. Just cut them out like that. And then it's okay if we cut off one of the little fingers. Sorry, Mr. Snowman, because it's just not important. Oops. And then we just go up in here, and then you're just going to pull these little triangular triangle pieces out, just like that. All right, so I've got some right here. Got some foam tape on here. And I just don't bother with like covering the thing with foam tape and getting every little bit. Just fine. We're going to put him off to the side right there. Same with another layer. So I ended up using this one background and then 2 sheets of this little guy. All right, there we go. You can create your own little scene, okay, using the little book on its own, all right? Adding some little dazzle stickers, super cute. You've got the dimension, and it doesn't have to take a long time, too. All right, you guys, we have a great money saver on this collection. And definitely check that out. It's on the right-hand side of your screen if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page. If you're watching us over on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link. And while you're there, it'd be great if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps our small company grow. All the items are listed down below the video if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page. As I said, money savers right there. And hey, don't forget to participate in our card giveaway. Bye, you guys. See you in the next one.